Welcome to the Larry Love Show. I want to introduce you to my panel members. On my left-hand side, we have my man Zach Cooper here. On my right side, we got my man Yala Ben Yisrael. Welcome to the show, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
How you been doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, Larry. How are you?
Hey, thanks for you coming out.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
man,
Thanks for hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Hey, now we at the bar, as you can see.
That's right.
And we're going to be talking about, I surprised you guys. I told you guys about a whole lot of stuff before you got here.
That's right.
And I want to throw a monkey wrench in it.
Oh,
And you guys thought we were going to be sitting at the table, but we at the bar.
we at the bar.
And no disrespect, Reverend. We at the bar. Once your wife get you in trouble. Water. So we want to talk about black love.
All right.
Black love. The divorce rate in the black family is higher than it's ever been. Yeah, I don't know if you look it up or not. Back in the 50s, 40s, early 60s, black people were married.
That's right.
And now, nobody wants to get married. Everybody's shacking.
Right.
And we got women today, black women in particular, but probably all women, don't want to get married. We got women that don't want to get married. We got women that want to be promiscuous and shack up. And that's what I want to talk about today.
Right.
I want to talk about love and relationships. What is the problem? And how do we look at it from our point of view? Not the ladies' point of view, but our point of view. And I want to start with you, Yala.
Hey, Larry, I think when it comes to there's several things that are affecting the black family and black relationships. One of those main things is the economic opportunities that men have lost and that women have gained. So we kind of see this role reversal in the black community, where black men are no longer or have not been in the positions of power and authority within their families and within society because they have not had the finances or the economics to lead their families the way traditional families have.
Other ethnic groups.
And other ethnic groups, that's correct.
Okay.
So I think that has definitely affected why our families are not, or our relationships are not gelling. We have this serious role reversal where men are doing, like women's work. And I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, but it is what it is. Men are doing women's work where they stay home and they are the, stay-at-home husband, and the woman goes out and she earns the money, she makes the living, or the woman is on a equal or higher economic status than men, and because women are hypergamous, they look for men who are at their level or above their level. So if you have a woman making so much money, she's going to look for a man who's making so much money, and that eliminates a lot of men out of the equation as far as her mate selection options. And so it kind of turns into this thing where the woman is kind of in limbo, and she begins to date like a man. She begins to see her relationship behaviors. She's acting out like a man.
Okay.
And it's turn off.
Well, let's stay there. Let's stay there. Let's talk about that. Let's stay with role reversal. What do you think about the role reversal of today than yesterday?
Well, if you look at yesterday, how men was always the provider for the home, and that's what men did back then. But let's say now the women's rights, the equal rights of getting paid, and all this thing came into effect.
Yeah.
You see a lot of women in the leadership role. I'm gonna use the NFL referees. You got women into that right now. They are the referees, so they're in places where they can make money. You got them running for vice president. Now they got a vice president female, and see. The women, not saying that they weren't smart from the beginning, it's just that now the doors are open to them to be at a place where they don't have to look for a man to provide for them. Mm-hmm. They can provide for themselves. So some of them want a man, and then some of them like, well, I'm okay with the way it is. I got one come by, we close, we there. But see, they don't look at the point of just being as one together as a husband and a wife. Because they figure they don't have to do that anymore because of what society gives them.
Okay. Now, Yada, the civil rights movement, we know what the civil rights movement was about.
Right.
Some of us do.
Yeah.
Do you think the black woman jumped off the black agenda and jumped on the women's agenda, the women's equal rights,
Almost definitely.
and left us?
Yeah, most definitely. When the civil rights movement was, underway in the 60s, the primary objective was black people, okay? All of a sudden, we see this shift in the 70s from black people by black women to black women, okay? Now, some may argue that it's not entirely black.
So
people's
they jumped over to the process of women liberation.
right,
So you're saying that the black woman
right,
left the civil rights movement
right.
and went to the women's movement
Right.
with white women, but really wasn't for it.
It really wasn't for it, but black women at the time, and maybe even not even now, were not able to understand that, and were not able to see it, because I think part of it was an innate desire by black women to be in charge of the black family and to run black society. Okay. Now you have black women who will say, no, that's not it, but clearly we see that's it, because here today, black women have an opportunity to return back to black men. They have an opportunity to return back to black family and to give up or give back all those things that they received from the womanist and the feminist movement. Give those things back and come back to black men, but we don't see black
Okay,
women doing it.
since you said that though, because we don't hate women on this show.
No, we don't.
Should they?
Oh, of course. I mean,
Well, no, I'm saying that for a reason. Should they? Should the black woman give up what she feels that she's earned? We're going to talk about that when we come back on the Larry Love Show. We'll be right back.
Your boy Chub Rock telling you about Golden Crust, one of my favorite places to eat. Come and try one of our 9 world-famous Jamaican patties. Baked fresh daily. Options include beef, chicken, veggie, shrimp, jerk chicken, cheesy beef, and more. All perfect with a nice warm cocoa bread, baby. Tender braised oxtail, a real Caribbean treat, the best jerk chicken in town, brown stewed chicken, curry goat, the food nice. Famous hard old bread and authentic Jamaican pastries. Golden Crust now has 10 stores across Georgia in College Park, McDonough, Kennesaw, Stone Mountain, Conyers, Lawrenceville, Morrow, Douglasville, Stonecrest, Snellville. Come taste the rhythm of the islands at your nearest Golden Crust. It's your boy Chub Rock, so you know that name, Chub. I know food, baby. I've been eating at Golden Crust for at least 20 years now, and I'm telling you, this is the place to go. 10 locations in Georgia. All my people here, you don't have to be Caribbean. Everybody, trust the crust.
Welcome back. When we left the show, we were talking about should black women give up everything they've earned and come on back home and be those ladies and those wives that we need at home. Now, Zach, you heard what Yada was saying. I want you to talk about what you think about what he said. I mean, be honest. You don't have to agree with
be
him.
honest, because the way the society have things set up today for 2 incomes to come into a home, that's the way it is. And to put a woman back in the home to give her what she's giving up, that's going to put a lot of strain on the man, even though that's what happened back in the day. But nowadays, people want more. And when they get more with 2, then they drop down to 1. That's a strain on the main provider. Not saying that women have dreams. They have dreams of succeeding with their dreams of doing what they want to do.
Right.
But that's why you can say they can give it up or go back, but you got to allow them to grow.
To make that choice themselves.
Yeah, you got to allow them to make that choice themselves, because women have great ideas. They want to grow, and they got to come out of a place where they have to do their stuff. Because if they don't do that, they won't be fulfilled.
Well, I'm with you. I don't want them to. I don't want it to come back, because we don't need to come back. We need to stay where we at. We need to keep evolving. A husband. I'm a husband, father, daughters. These ladies, because we're not here on this show to beat up women. We're here to give our opinion and our views on how we feel about them and some of the things that they do that affects us. So women are very important, and I think they're smart and they're intelligent. The problem that I'm saying is, if you're going to bring a woman back, like Zach said, okay, you're going to miss that $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. The inflation is high now. The mortgages, the rent is high now. So if you personally, for you men out there that want that woman to come home, you know what that woman's going to say to you. Can you handle all these bills? And can I still live the way I live? Can I drive what I drive? Can I still shop? Can I still do all these things? if you want that woman to come back. But we're not going to live in the past. We're not, because we know we know that that's not going to happen. These black women and some Caucasian women and some Asian women who are single, they're not going to tolerate that. So we know that's not going to happen. But I want to move just slightly up. So when the black woman moved to the women's lib and left us, did they think about us?
No.
When they went over there?
No.
Why you say they didn't think about us?
Well, because we can see how the treatment of men today, and it clearly shows that what women want is not in our best interest. Okay, when we look at family courts, right, that has where women are filing for a divorce from their husbands at a rate of at least 80%. Okay?
It's 85%.
85%. When we look at the custody rates, where women get custody of the children at a rate of nearly 90%.
That's changing.
Okay. When we look at things like child support, right?
Yeah.
Most men who have children with an estranged mother are paying child support. Okay. Well, those men who are, well, I don't say most men, but a great majority of men are paying child support.
So you're saying all of that is affecting black love, or has affected?
It is affecting black love, and it discourages black men from wanting to enter into serious long-term commitments with black women or women in general, and not just black men. See, this is reverberating across all of Western society. More and more men are separating themselves from the idea, from the notion of marriage and family. More and more men are going their own way and doing their own thing, right? Now, whereas I don't completely agree with every aspect, I do understand why men are doing it, and I say, hey, it's got to happen. Either this society is going to address the issues of men, or men are going to walk away from this society.
Okay, Zach, why, in your opinion, someone who's a good guy, works hard, has been married 1 or 2 times, but he's a good guy, loves women, why he won't get married again?
It's the excitement. See, some men that have been married so many times, he got to turn it around. Look at this. He keep attracting the same kind of person. Why he can't get to the point where he wanted to be with her or she be with him? You keep just tracking the same thing, you get the same result. And that's what happened to the individual that been married that many times, because they wonder what they think everything wrong with the woman or the wrong with the man. It is the fact that they're attracting the same kind of people, and now they're like, I don't want to get married because I keep dealing with it because it's the same thing over and over and over.
I thought maybe it was because men don't want to get married no more because they're losing their money.
That's what
They're losing
Right.
when they get married.
Right.
I'm not trying to come the Christian thing, but I'm saying that the men that I talked to that's been married before, they did it.
Right.
And then they did it again. But they keep, for whatever reason, people get divorced for whatever reason. And sometimes it's the woman, sometimes it's the man, sometimes it's both. But the men that I've been talking to saying, man, look, I done gave up my money, man. I had to go get another car. I had to get another crib. I'm not getting married no more because it's costing too much.
And one reason that happened that way, back to what you were just saying earlier, how you want them to come back. They're back. Say for instance, the guy there, they're back. But the thing about it, it's costing them a lot because the other spouse, the female portion of it, is not giving what you thought she's gonna give. She's holding hers.
Right.
But she's looking for the man to be the provider, like they were back in the day, even though she had the job.
Right.
Yeah, well, exactly. And
Okay.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about the modern day women want modern day women results, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But they want yesterday women's behavior from men, and that's not gonna happen.
So you're saying they want the men of today to take care of everything, but the modern women who making the money today, they want to hold their money.
Right.
But they want you to take care of the house and them and everything, how the man did it back in the day.
Right.
But they're not understanding that the man back in the day was the only one that was working.
Right. And also, I'm going to say something, but you kind of touched on it, Larry. You said, well, we need 2 incomes. The only reason why we need 2 incomes now is because we have more people in the workforce. if you take people out of the workforce, it is a proven fact that women are at least 50% of the workforce. If most of those women are not in the workforce, what does that do? That causes more men to have to be hired, and that causes wages to go up. That means men are going to get paid more because there are not enough people to do those jobs. Men are going to get paid more if we bring women out of the workforce, and they come back home, men's wages will increase exponentially. But see, we don't want to do that because we understand that that means that the man controls the purse strings. And if the man controls the purse strings, that means all your ad companies, all the people trying to sell something, especially to women. And we did a show earlier where we talked about, women accessories. That means a lot of those accessory companies aren't going to be able to get the $500 billion because men are going to be like, no, we can't spend this money because we got to take care of other responsibilities in the house.
Okay. On that note, we're going to come right back on the Larry Love Show talking about
Big Chick of McDonough is a family-owned business that has been serving the McDonough community for over 50 years plus. We believe in good food, good customer service, and good governance. Sandra Vincent, who is running for mayor of the city of McDonough on November 2nd, also believes in those principles. She believes in fairness, equity, inclusion, and representation for all of McDonough. McDonough needs a mayor that will support citizens, advocate for the needs of McDonough, and work to earn the respect of residents and small business owners of our city. Sandra Vincent has earned the respect and support of Big Chick of McDonough. We deserve a mayor who will fight for quality of life, fight for employee development, and fight for economic, entrepreneurial, and small business enhancement. If you would like to help us in our fight for change, Big Chick of McDonough will help you in your support efforts. Any meal that is purchased at our McDonough location will donate 10% of the proceeds for that week to the Sandra Vincent campaign effort. Visit BigChickMcDonough.com.
All right, welcome back. So then we move into the food stamps and welfare and all that stuff. So I don't know if the ladies, the black ladies out there know that they got tricked. They got tricked into looking at themselves for, hey, the women live and we're going to get this and we're going to get that. And I don't think they fully understand, Yada, that black love got halted right around there. Can you expound on that?
Well, yeah. In the 70s is when we saw this introduction of these entitlement programs, particularly welfare, WIC, TANF, and things like that. And as well as the idea that women could be sexually liberated because we had the sexual liberation in the 60s. So all these things are tied up together along with the idea of being able to get no-fault divorces. All these things, are tied into one nice, neat bundle that are presented as options for women as opposed to a family, okay? As opposed to a man who is in charge of the household, opposed to a man who's in charge of running his family in the way that he sees fit.
But what did that do to her psyche, black woman's psyche?
Well, it made her masculine, okay? And we need to be able to say that. It made our women, especially black women, made them very masculine to the point where they are insufferable to be with. You can't have a serious relationship with them because they had become demeaning.
Not all black women.
Well, not all. Of course, that's understood. I think I should be understood. They became demeaning. They became untrustworthy because, see, the idea of a man, when a man marries a woman, he doesn't marry the woman with the idea of we're gonna get divorced in 5 years.
Right.
Okay. That's not the plan. The plan is we're gonna be together till death do us apart. But when a woman marries a man, there's always a thought in the back of her mind of I may have to divorce him.
Okay. Who you? Ladies, I don't know if that's true or not, but we're going to keep talking about it. When a woman marries a man, in your opinion, and the people you've been around, is the thought is in her head, is she going to be married long term or as soon as he mess up?
You have some that think, though, they were thinking about it before they can get into the marriage. If he messed up, I'm going to let him go.
So you're saying that there are women out there.
Yes, there are some.
That they get ready to get married, man. It's a great day. And they already got in their mind, I might get divorced.
Because you see, they have them little talks too behind the door like we're doing right now, they with the girlfriend. They having a party. They getting all this stuff before the wedding. And they sitting there with the girl. Girl, if this nigga act up,
We're gonna
cutting
beat
him
that
up.
out.
Larry, I think that is the default plan most of the time. And the reason why I say that is because when we look at the number of women who file for divorce, okay, look at the number of who files for divorce more, I should say. At least 80% of the divorces that we see are filed by women.
But aren't they legitimate?
Legitimate in what way? What do you call legitimate?
They would say they're getting divorced for a reason.
Okay, the number one reason for women divorcing their husbands is irreconcilable differences. Mr. Producer, bleep this out, but that is bullshit. Right? Back in the day, our ancestors had trouble in marriage, but you know what they did? They stayed married. They stayed together. They stayed together. Today, our women are soft. They're weak. They don't have staying power.
They don't have staying power.
You look at the way society is set up already. It's already set up for an easy way out.
Right.
You get married, okay. I got an easy way out. I can go get this cheap lawyer and be resolved with it.
You don't even
But
need
see,
a lawyer.
you see, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying how it's set up that way.
Yeah.
But you know, as far as long-term commitment, you do have some marriage that stay 30, 40 years. Okay.
Yeah.
You find some of them breaking up. But then you have some already go into the relationship and like, okay, if he acts up, I'm gonna cut him loose.
Right.
And see, this society is set up the way it is now, man. Everything is so microwave.
Right. It is.
Quick, fast, and hurt. Well, I ain't got to be with this. I just got married 2 months ago. I don't want him.
I don't want it. Right.
Now I truly understand who it's about or what he is.
Right.
See, marriage is built on a foundation of understanding and trust.
Right.
You got to know your individual. You got to know her. She got to know you. She gonna change.
Right.
And you gonna change. The body gonna change. Your body gonna change. Your attitude gonna change. Her attitude gonna change. But when you're in a marriage relationship, you got to learn how to deal with that and fight through that.
That's right.
Because there's always another little sweet cheek out there that look good, or another handsome man that look good.
Right.
But in the long term, you got to learn that person. You got to find out who it's about. Then you ain't sure about that. Then you realize that with that, I better off where I was at.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get into it, and I'm gonna hit you with it,
Hit it.
and then we'll go into the second, and we're gonna kill it. Why are we at each other's throats? Why are we not loving each other, man? Let's get into it. Let's get into how we feel.
Wow.
Why are black men and black women not loving each other?
I think, Larry, that all black people, and I'm speaking from experience. Okay, all black people in America, particularly those we call descendants of slaves or ADOS, American descendants of slaves. I think that all of us need to have mental health counseling. Okay.
Hell, that's everybody in America.
Well, everybody in America, yeah, but definitely black people.
Okay.
Because we have a particular trauma that has never really been counseled. Okay? When our ancestors were released from slavery in the 1800s, at the end of the 1800s.
You saying they didn't get no counseling?
There was no counseling, there was no therapy, there was nothing, okay? We built a culture around
I just got to suck it in. I just got to suck it in.
We built a culture around poverty. We did a culture around pain. We built a culture around, the things that kept our ancestors enslaved and oppressed. Now, we did do well for a while. And there were things that, I just got to say it. There were those who did not like our success. I'm speaking specifically of white people who did not like our success, particularly in the 1920s, where they came and destroyed many of our townships, many of our communities, many of our cities got burned to the ground because they didn't want them. And all these things, affect the collective psyche of black people.
And of that black man
Right.
trying to take care of his black family.
Definitely. Both black men and black women need to be on somebody's couch getting some therapy.
Okay. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the therapy of black America and close it with what should we do now. Not keep talking about the past, but what should we do now to bring black women and black men together. We'll be right back on the Larry Love Show.
Hello, and welcome to Kim Mays State Farm Agency. I'm Kim Mays, the owner of Kim Mays State Farm Agency, located here in Stockbridge, Georgia. We're a local insurance agent providing auto, homeowners, life, and health insurance. Our value is that we provide personal customer service to our customers, taking the time to get to know them and making sure that we're providing the coverage that will best protect their family and their needs. If you would like to have a policy review or an appointment today, please give us a call at 770-282-6622, or you can find us online at www.coveredbykim.com. Thanks, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back. We're talking about black love and how we get us back together. Really, truly get us back together, because we're fighting. We're at each other's throats. Nobody wants to get married. We're going outside of our races. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we're talking about black love today. So, Zach, you know, you're a Christian man. You're in the church, man. You do a lot of stuff in the church. And you're a worldly guy, too. How do we get our sisters? How do we get our sisters to listen to us? And what do we need to do? And let's talk about this. What do we need to do as black men to get our sisters to even listen to us, because they're not listening to us?
One thing I found out is that we got to understand one another. We got to come to the table with the individual, talk to them, but know, have a plan in your mind. Hear what they had to say. Hear what she had to say, and she hear what you had to say. But make sure you come to the table with no attitude. Because when you come to the table with an attitude, you ain't nobody listening. But see, we got to understand, we are not equal. We come together to make it whole. But the thing about it is, she have a different way, or say for instance, her emotions, you know what I mean, her love language. We have a different way with our emotions and our love language. All of that collected together. Our love language, for instance, might be buying gifts. Her love language is going to the spa. Take her to the spa, touching her a certain way. We got to understand each other's languages to get across what we're trying to get together, instead of we doing what we want to do. I'm looking at TV, she's looking at TV. We're going outside to get what we get when everything we need is right here.
Man, I like that.
Larry,
Man, don't give me the philosophy.
No, I'm just saying, you know, from a religious or a scriptural, Hebraic scriptural standpoint, when God made man, He made man, and then He made woman for man. Now,
for man.
Now we have a lot of women who are under the impression that they are not made for man.
Oh yeah.
But they are made equal to man. And
No,
that's
that's not true. That's not true.
Okay. And I know that it hurts to hear that. It may sting. It may, it may cause some people to, cringe or whatever. But, a trigger. But it's okay. We need to be able to say these things and get them out in public and get them out in the open, so we can start the process of healing. All women who believe that they were made for man, step forward, okay? And then start being to those men what those men need you to be. If not, those men will ignore you. Now, what we have going on now is just a complete abandonment of many women, or most women, by many men in society, okay? These men are going their own way. And whereas I don't entirely agree with the philosophy, I understand it, and I agree with probably like 95% of it, I say that most men need to consider that either we're going to have to take back control of society by force, or we're going to have to let society collapse and fall. Because see, that's ultimately what happens when you don't have men and women together. Society will collapse and society will fall. So do you want to have to rebuild society, or do you want to have to fix society?
But let's stay on that women were made, a woman was made for a man.
That's right.
I'm with you on that.
Mhm.
But we got a lot of ladies in the church
Mm-hmm.
that say they read the Bible.
Right.
And every time you see them, they hallelujah, praise Jesus,
Yeah.
all this on social media.
Right.
But as soon as you quote the actual scripture
Right.
that God made woman
Right.
for man,
Right.
oh man, they got a problem with that.
Yes, they do.
But I don't understand why they got a problem with it when they go to church. They be in the church, they pay the tithes, they're supposed to read the
It's
Bible.
not about what God wants, Larry. It's about what they want. And we need, as men, we have to recognize that. That's why I say we have to say, are we going to take this thing back by force, or are we going to let it
So are you guys saying that black love won't come together because our women don't feel that they're actually for us?
That's a large part of it. That's not the only part of it, but that's a big part of it. Okay.
So they don't feel that they're made for us and to stand behind us and
Right.
hold us
No,
up.
no.
They don't feel that.
No, many of them don't. I can do what a man does. You know, one of the famous feminist quotes is a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, right?
Okay. Okay,
right.
so we're gonna finish on this note. We're gonna finish on this
That's
note.
crazy.
Have you ever heard any other women of any other races? Because I think this is what's hurting our relationship. Who says, I don't need a man?
No,
It's always black women.
Zach,
I've never heard.
I don't hear that, Zach. I hear that primarily from black women. Maybe you've heard
I've
it different.
heard that before from a black woman.
Have you heard it from a white woman? I'm pretty
No.
sure it's been heard. We
Yeah.
just ain't heard it, but I'm just saying, in our experience.
Right. Publicly,
Have you
no.
heard it from a white woman?
No.
No.
Have you heard it from an Asian woman?
No.
African woman?
No.
Mexican woman?
No.
Well, we know we ain't heard it from a Mexican woman.
No.
No disrespect.
No.
Because they always with their man.
Yeah.
They working with their man.
Yeah.
So we can't even get together
Right.
if our women are saying, I don't need a man.
Larry, I'm gonna say this: men are the builders, the maintainers, and the protectors of the physical infrastructures. When I say physical infrastructures, I mean the brick and mortar.
Right.
Right. The physical infrastructures that both family and society need in order to thrive and survive. And when you take men out of the position of dominance, those infrastructures collapse. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Okay?
Because people like to say, well, we all grew up with single mothers and look at us.
Right.
Okay, but you got to look at it as a whole.
Right, as a whole.
And percentage that thing.
Right.
You know, Deion Sanders, yeah, my mama, okay, and the ball player said, yeah, my mama,
Right.
but take it as a whole.
Right.
We ain't doing too good with just the mama in the house.
No.
Because
No,
look
we're
at
not.
these boys now.
Look at these boys. Old Time Road, somebody? What's
Well, that's another show.
That's another
That's
show.
another show.
Okay, all right.
So we're gonna end this, but I just want to say that do y'all agree that I love black women. I'm married to a black woman.
Yeah. My mother's a
And
black
you're married to a
woman.
black woman. My
Yes, I
mother's a
do.
black woman. So I have no issues with that. I just wish, like Zach, that if we can come together and leave the attitudes outside the door when we come to talk. And I think what's happening is nobody's leaving the attitude. Everybody's coming strapped. You want to see me? Yeah, I want to see you. And nobody's really just truly coming unconditionally to talk.
I don't think it's possible to do that, Larry.
No.
Forgive me for cutting you off,
I
Zach.
got to say this. I got to say this. I'm learning. I've been married 14 years.
All right.
I'm learning how to do that.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
reason why I'm saying that is, I was that way. I come with an attitude ready, but I'm learning how to sit back and let her talk.
Okay.
And she's listening to me.
Okay.
It took me a while to get there.
How does your wife?
My wife is, I ain't gonna tell her age.
Nah, please.
I ain't putting it out there.
Y'all, you crazy. Hey, you almost got it though.
But what I'm saying is, I'm learning because I need to be rebuilt. I had issues with me.
That's right.
And I was like, yeah, look, this is where it's gonna be. That's it.
Yeah.
But I had to understand something. I've been through counseling.
Yeah.
I had to understand some counseling work, and counseling does help. It might not solve all the problems, but it does help a small percentage of it to give you hope.
Right. That counseling, along with more economic and educational opportunities for black men and boys, I have to say that because it's not being said enough. We need more economic and educational opportunities for black men and boys. I am a living witness that that works and it makes a difference, right? Here I am in my late 40s, and I'm just going back to school again to finish a degree, right? So I'm not stopping, right? And it's a degree in a STEM field. So I'm not stopping, and I'm encouraging my children and my the children of friends, my partners. I'm like, listen, you guys, the boys, you guys need to focus on things that are going to put you in a position where you are not dependent upon society or dependent upon, dare I say, a woman in order to be successful.
Right. I appreciate this conversation, man. Black love is something that we need in our community, but we need love across the board.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think love is missing in the United States of America and in the world.
Right.
But we're here to talk about views and topics that give a man's point of view. And that's what we do here on the Larry Love Show. So, hey, I appreciate you guys holding this topic with me.
Yes.
Black love is what we were talking about today. And we'll see you again on the Larry Love Show. Your opinion matters.
Peace.
And at the end of the day, it's all about love.
Your friendly local tax experts are just around the corner and happy to help. Make your way down to Liberty Tax Service on Hudson Bridge Road today. We can handle all of your tax needs, including, but not limited to, personal and business tax preparation. We also provide correspondence assistance. Our offices will help you handle all IRS and state tax return correspondence that you receive, including audits, letters, and inquiries about your tax return. We also have our very own in-house certified public accountant, whose services include income tax preparation, accounting, payroll, and life and medical insurance. Liberty Tax Service on Hudson Bridge Road in Stockbridge, Georgia is a one-stop shop to ensure that all of your tax needs are met. Whether you're an individual or a business, Liberty Tax Service on Hudson Bridge Road is here for you. Get your maximum tax refund and the friendly service you deserve. Why wait? Visit us today. We are located at 1465 Hudson Bridge Road in Stockbridge, Georgia, Suite 111. Or feel free to give us a call at 678-814-4507. We here at Liberty Tax Service on Hudson Bridge Road are excited about servicing your tax prep needs.